Now it's time for us to get into an interesting conversation. And this is a conversation that will interest each and every one of us, especially those who like medicine. You know, I love medicine, so having conversations like this just excites me. So if you know you love medicine and you want to know more, you want to learn more, this conversation is for you. Now, we are going to be speaking to people from the Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society, and it's all about World Anaesthesia Day. What is World Anaesthesia Day? Who are the Ghana Anaesthesiology Society? What do we need to know about them? All that and more right now. And we have Dr. Owusu Setri-Danso, who is a senior specialist anesthesiologist and interventional pain physician at the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. We have Dr. Sarah Leonie Larbi, resident anesthesiologist at Korle Bu Teaching Hospital, and Dr. Erica Boatin, resident anesthesiologist at the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. You're all welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It took me a lot of practice to get the word right. Anesthesiologist. I was just practicing in front of the mirror. Anesthesiologist. Yeah, but here we are here, and it's nice to have you all here. So I'm going to start with Dr. Owusu Setri-Danso, since you're the only man here, all right? So let's give you the space to start. What is anesthesia?
Okay, so anesthesia basically means absence of sensation or absence of pain.
Right.
A lot of the times in the past, when we said, oh, you're going to have surgery, what used to happen is that they held you down, and then you screaming, kicking, and then they operated on you.
Wait, that's how they do it
That's
in the
how
past?
surgery started. Okay.
Without the...
Yes. And in 1846...
And, oh, sorry, did people leave?
So the death rate after surgery was very, very, very high in the past. Okay, so in 1846, there was a dentist, physician who pioneered the use of a gas, which we no longer use, to keep people asleep and let them have pain-free surgery.
Right.
And that was on the 16th of October.
Right.
So that's why we celebrate the Ghana and the World Federation of Societies of Anesthesia celebrates the Anesthesia Day on the October 16th.
So, Dr. Larbi, you are an anesthesiologist. How long have you been doing this for?
I'm a resident.
Sorry, resident. Yes. So how long have you been a resident for?
I've been doing this for a year now.
Yeah.
This is my second year. So it's a training program.
Yeah.
I'm a doctor. I'm in training to become an anesthesiologist.
Yeah. So why did you choose that path though?
It's really interesting. Anesthesia is, you get to see people who are not in pain. You get to keep people comfortable. You come for surgery. Most people who come for surgery are anxious. They are nervous. They don't know what to expect.
Right.
But when you come, we calm you down. We talk to you. We keep you safe, basically. So we make sure that you come alive for surgery. You leave alive for surgery.
Right.
You come healthy. You leave healthy. So I looked at anesthesia. I saw how good it was. I don't like to see people in pain, so I decided I want to do anesthesia.
Right. So, Dr. Boatin, you are also a resident anesthesiologist, and I'm sure it's almost the same thing while you are there. But then again, why did you choose to say, okay, this is the part I want to take? Why didn't you do something else?
So initially, I wanted to do emergency medicine, and then as I was waiting, I just decided to do a diploma in anesthesia, and then I loved it because I realized that we are the masters of the airway. And if you compare that to emergency medicine, we're always working with emergencies because I like the high, I like the hype.
Right.
And then one of our mentors, Dr. Odakwa, he convinced me, like, you know what, just get into anesthesia, do anesthesia. You never know. So I was like, you know what, that's fine. And I just went straight for it. And like here I am today, I think 3 years later, I'm still in anesthesia.
And you're enjoying it?
I love every minute of it.
Wow. So now tell us about GAS. What's GAS? Start with you. Yeah.
Okay. So GAS stands for Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society, and it's like the national body of all physician anesthesiologists in Ghana. We also belong to, like what my senior colleague said, the World Federation of Societies of Anesthesia, and that's the global level.
Yeah.
So currently in Ghana, we have about 185 physician anesthesiologists.
Right.
And if you look at it, that's huge. So because for a population of about 34 million people, that's one physician anesthesiologist to about 185,000 Ghanaians, and that's huge. And that is why I'm very happy and proud to be part of this fraternity.
Right.
And our goal and our mandate is to provide advocacy,
Right.
And it's also to help with the training, professional development of physician anesthesiologists across the country, and most importantly, to ensure that there is regulations and then there's rules, and then to regulate, to make sure that every single patient that has to undergo anesthesia is safe.
Right.
Because for us, every single heartbeat matters.
Right. I like that.
Thank you.
Wow. So you talked about regulation. So I'm coming to you. Are there people who actually just use anesthesia without regulations?
Okay, so for medical practice everywhere, there are standards, and then there are regulations, meaning there are specific things that you would have to follow. Okay, currently there are other forms or other groups of people who give some form of anesthesia.
Like what type?
So there are nurses, there are other people who are trained. So it's like just being a physician assistant in anesthesia. Let me put it that way. Okay. So looking at our number, like you said, one is to about 189,000.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah. Do
people.
rest.
WHO thinks it should be one anesthesiologist to 10,000 people.
Okay.
Okay, so we are way behind.
Yeah.
And because of that, other people are trained to give some anesthesia and go to the rural areas and other places. Okay.
Even
now
though they are not professional anesthesiologists, right?
They are
Certified.
They are certified to do some anesthesia.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. But they are not doctors. Let me put it that way.
Okay. Okay. That's what you mean. Yeah.
All right. So in order that anesthesia is modeled on the aviation industry, so safety is a priority. If we make a mistake, usually the result is catastrophic. Yes. So therefore, we try to put in measures that will prevent people from making mistakes.
Yeah.
Because if you are having a surgery, the surgeon makes a mistake. Usually if it's something he can't deal with, he can, if it's a blood vessel that is bleeding, he can put a hand on it, call somebody else to come and deal with it.
Yeah.
If you are giving anesthesia and something goes wrong, you usually have about 5 minutes maximum within which to rectify it. If not, you get brain damage or nerve damage. So so it has to be regulated. It can't have quacks, essentially, because what happens when things go wrong is so catastrophic. So we liaise with the Ghana Health Service, Ministry of Health, and we are trying to put standards in place. So basically that's what we mean by helping set standards for the practice of anesthesia.
What are some of the anesthesias available?
Okay, so there's a general anesthetic where we make you sleep for the operation. So that's...
I enjoyed that.
Okay, so we make you sleep for the operation. There's also what we call regional anesthesia, where we make a part of your body
Just that
go
part.
numb. So sometimes...
That's the one the dentists use, right?
So no, that one is a local anesthesia.
Okay.
So a region of your body, maybe, let's say from your tummy all the way down, or maybe the whole of your arm, or...
And your eye will be open.
Yes.
So that's the one they use for the CS.
Cesarean
the
section.
cesareans
So
that people want to watch the whole birth.
Out, you'll be able to see your baby and hold the baby.
So when it happens like that, I'm just curious, when it happens like that type of anesthesia, do the woman get to see everything happening?
No.
Oh,
so not many people can withstand the things that we see in theater. Okay, so usually the patient is screened from where they are operating. And the anesthesiologist is usually at the head of the patient. So you talk to the patients, calm them down, make sure that they are safe.
Oh, like baby's coming.
So
make them happy.
So essentially, that is it. And I always say that the anesthetist is like your guardian angel doing surgery.
Yeah, they are.
Because without us, surgeries won't be safe.
Impossible.
Because I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wow. So like if we hadn't gotten anesthesia till now, how would it be like? How would the world be like?
Well, they used to give you a bottle of whiskey, you drink it, they hold you down and cut whichever part They have to. So we've come far.
Yeah.
Yes.
Revolutionary
And there's still a long way to go.
Yeah. So talking about coming far, what is the World Anesthesia's Day's theme for this year?
So that's a good question. Our theme for this year in particular is anesthesiology in health emergencies. So this year we want to focus on educating the public on the various do's and don'ts you can do in an emergency. What to do, what not to do. Maybe you think you're helping someone, but you end up injuring the person. So this is what we are doing here today. Engaging media, speaking to people, letting them know what not to do and what to do. And we'll also make videos. We'll put them on our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, X.
Yeah.
Just to let people know that these emergencies that we see on a normal basis in public, this is what to do. This is not what not to do before you take the person to the hospital or before you call an ambulance.
In as much as you're trying to be caring, to be
Yes.
empathetic, sometimes you just get it wrong.
Yes.
So-
Sometimes doing nothing is best.
So like sometimes you see an accident happen
Yeah.
and then they are holding the person by their hands and legs, their
Yeah,
neck is
yeah,
dangling
yeah,
all over
yeah,
the place.
yeah.
You know,
That's
that
not
is
what's
not how to
supposed to be.
handle
Yeah.
a patient. So
Right.
there are videos of how to do all those things properly on our various social media platforms.
Yeah. All right, but before I let you go, let's just get into some of the activities. Let us know, because like I'm a big empath and I like to help people, but I want to help people right. So what am I supposed to do if someone has a seizure?
All right. So in a seizure in particular, the first thing for any of these emergencies is to stay calm. Don't panic, don't be scared.
In case you don't know what a seizure is, like that's
Or what we
like
call
people just-
convulsion.
Yeah.
Convulsion.
Convulsion is that.
In other languages, people will say etra.
Etra.
Different
Right.
ways of calling it. So when you see that the person is shaking, what you want to do is stay calm. Then you look at the person's surroundings. Is there something that could injure the person? Is there a broken pen or is something there, table, glass? Is there a knife on the floor? You need to move everything out of the way. The only time you're allowed to move the person is if they fall into something dangerous, maybe a coal pot.
Right.
You don't want them to burn.
Right.
You can move them.
Or close to a gutter or something.
Yes, you can move. You can move them, or in the middle of the road. But you don't want to move them if they are lying on the floor with nothing to injure them. That's the best place. You need to leave them there.
Right.
Don't move them about.
Right.
Then the next
What
thing,
about the one that people put something in their mouth?
Okay.
you must not put anything in the mouth. No spoons, no spatula, no water,
pencil, no
no
nothing.
medicine, nothing. When you do that, you worsen the person's state. You are going to cause problems. You are going to cause injury. So we don't do that. And another important thing to do is to time it as much as possible.
Yeah,
You need to look at the
yeah.
time it occurred and how long it's lasting for. When you get to the hospital, we will ask.
Yeah, all right.
And once it passes, you can put the person in what we call a recovery position. You lay them on their side, put this hand under their face
I think
here,
I've seen a video
and
like
then
that.
their leg, the right leg over the left
Yeah.
leg at an angle, like they're sleeping. It opens up their airways. It allows them to breathe really well.
Wow, wow. And Dr. Barton, what if someone is beside someone that's having a stroke? What happens?
I'll take that
all right.
question. So in a stroke, also, you have to be calm, but there are specific things to look out for. In every stroke, you can't solve the situation. What you need to do is take the person to the hospital as fast as possible. So you need to recognize the stroke. And I'll give you an acronym. It's be fast.
Be fast.
You need to be fast.
Yeah.
So you look at be fast. The first thing you look at is their balance. Is someone who was walking normally suddenly staggering?
Staggering.
Your first thing to look at. Eye changes is the E. Is one eye looking bigger than the other? Is the eyelid drooping? Suddenly, we were just talking and suddenly you look like this.
Yeah,
What's going on?
Yeah.
And then your next thing, your F. You look at the face. Are they is one
Is it
side
drooping?
Is it
Yeah.
drooping? Or are they drooling from one side suddenly? That's also there. And then your A is your arm. Do they have arm weakness? You may not see the arm dangling, but you were picking up something, and then suddenly you lose the strength in one arm. It's weak. Don't just ignore it.
My mom actually noticed somebody's arm by the arm.
Yes.
She was carrying food and the food just dropped. And like, okay, something is happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very important. And then where are we now?
A.
A. That's arm
Yeah.
weakness. So the next is S.
S.
Your speech. As we are talking, I suddenly start slurring. Or you are talking to me, I was understanding you. You tell me, Sarah, pick this up. And I'm staring at you, I don't understand. But that's not how I am. I do something else. So you also need to look for that. And then T, your last one. Take time to call the ambulance. Always call someone. Some people will say the ambulance will take long. Still call them, 112. And if possible, if you have a vehicle close to you and someone who can drive, put that person in the car and straight to the hospital.
Finally, head injuries.
And for head injuries, like my senior colleague said, if you meet someone in an accident and you see maybe there's a cut on the head, they are bleeding profusely, what you can do to help at that time is put a clean cloth and apply gentle pressure to stop the bleed. But first, before you get to that scene, you need to make sure that the area is once again safe. You don't just walk in. If there's shrapnel on the floor, glass, you step in it, you've cut yourself. So once again, you need to make sure the place is clean and safe before you step in. And when you step in, if the person is in a chair or is in an upright position and is not immediately in danger, there's no fire, as much as possible, leave them in that position. Call for help. A trained person, either the ambulance or fire service, they would know how to move them whilst keeping their neck and their head straight and in the position. If you are overzealous and you try to help and pull, you're going to pull on the neck and you're going to cause what we call a cervical injury. You spoil something in the bones at the back and you may have paralyzed this person
All
for
in the
life.
need of being...
Or killed the person
All in the need of
instantly.
helping someone.
Yes.
And usually we see it. Hold him like this. Hold it.
And the
Put him in the car and the head is like
dangling
that.
Yes, they usually hold their hands and legs and then their head is just...
Oh my.
In that instance, if you have to move the person, somebody has to hold the head and neck. And the whole body has to move like a log. So if you are turning the person, the whole
You turn
body...
it with it.
Okay.
Wow. Interesting. So Dr. Barton, what's your social media handle and how can people watch all these videos?
On social media, just type in Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society and you find us everywhere.
Okay, I want to give you final words because I feel like I haven't actually final words
to talk about, guys, but I'm listening.
Yeah.
Your final word.
So, but how are you celebrating the day?
Oh, we celebrate the day by raising our awareness and giving recognition. So we use this day to not only remember what Dr. Morton did in Massachusetts General Hospital by administration of ether. We celebrate this day by recognizing the people that we work with in theater in order to deliver safe anesthesia. That is the physician anesthesiologist, that is the nurse anesthetist, and that's the anesthesia technicians. And also, we do advocacy, as my senior colleague stated. We go around and ensure that we educate the general public on some emergencies, as you already stated. And also, we use this day to also make sure that we want to shed light on access. We know that we are in a setting that is limited with resources, right? So that shouldn't stop us from making sure that we give the best to our people, making sure that we invest in the patients, we invest in their equipment, we invest in training, because you notice the gap, one anesthesiologist to 185,000, that is a huge gap. So we are using this day to also ask, and we want the government to invest so that we can have more people, because safety is paramount. And for you to be alive, you need anesthesia. And without anesthesia, modern surgery as we have today will not exist.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Final words, Doc?
The anesthetist is the patient's advocate.
Wow. Wow, that's a strong one. That's a strong one. All right, thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be speaking to Dr. Owusu Setredanso, who's a senior specialist anesthesiologist and interventional pain physician at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Dr. Sarah Leonie Larby, resident anesthesiologist at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, and Dr. Erica Boateng, resident anesthesiologist at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. And it's been all about the World Anesthesia Day. And I want to say thank God for anesthesia. Really. Thank God for anesthesia. In fact, it saved me pain so many times. So thank God for anesthesia. And I hope you learned from it. And well done to all the anesthesiologists that we have in Ghana here. In fact, everyone at the Ghana Anesthesiologic Society, well done. More grease to your elbows. And I pray that you guys get everything you need to actually push the word and get the right policies put in place.